Hello, my dear breezers. I am Belle Breeze, and welcome to the very new Sunday Blues Café. I know, it can be hard sometimes to think about the week ahead after some downtime like the weekend or when you're coming back from vacation. This is why I created the Sunday Blues Café, so that together we can explore what the week ahead has in store for you. So even if you haven't had a chance to relax and have some downtime yet, or you're just curious about the next week, please join us. So for now, just relax, sit back, and check out the three piles set out in front of us. This is pile one, and it's accompanied by the rune Rido. This is pile two, accompanied by the rune Thurisaz. And this is pile three, accompanied by the rune Algis. So reflect on these three and decide on the one that speaks most to you at this time. And you can jump right ahead to the reading by clicking on the timestamp below in the description box. All right, so if you like this type of reading, please like, share, subscribe, and let me know in the comments. So welcome again to the Sunday Blues Cafe, and without further ado, let's just jump right in. Hello, my dear pile ones. This is your reading. Today we'll be using a new deck that I got, which is called the Viking Oracle Wisdom of the Ancient Norse. So in there it contains the traditional rune iconology, as well as other images and messages from very important parts of the Norse mythology. Okay, so let's jump right in. I took the liberty of shuffling as normal, so we could just jump right in. You had the rune Rhytho. Rhytho is normally about journeys of going ahead, heading forward, being in the present, enjoying the present moment. But it's about a journey, it's about developing, it's about going towards the sun. So let's see how this corresponds. We'll be trying a 9 card spread. So the first three on the left hand side will represent your recent past. This three in the middle will represent your current situation, and the ones on the right are your imminent future, or the future, very near future. Oh, see, right through just came back out, but it's reversed. So let's just check it out. So first and foremost, I'm feeling. So in the recent past, you have Yera, which means you were probably sort of in a reaping what you sow type of situation. Changes were coming about fairly gradually. You were overcoming obstacles. It might have been kind of a calm time for you. And Lagos is usually about flow. It's about letting your emotions come through. But when it's reversed, it means that you're being forced to do something, or simply that you feel stagnated. You know, like basically your emotions are repressed, or simply you're bored, you're stagnating, nothing's happening, which kind of makes sense because Yera is about patience and letting nature take its course. And Fehu is usually a very abundant energy, but reversed, it means that you might have been in taking a class or developing a skill or learning something, or simply regrouping. So I'm thinking in your recent past, you were just kind of biding your time and taking a breather, perhaps. You might have felt a little bit frustrated. Your emotions were repressed or were just kind of under the surface here. But all in all, it wasn't bad. Currently, you have Yggdrasil, which is the tree of life in Norse mythology, and that's accompanied by the sunstone, which is about finding purpose and direction. And it's finalized with Oscilla, which is security, which is tradition. So the Sunstone I really like because it's about trusting in moving forward, looking towards clarity, your purpose will become clear or has become clear. It's almost as if for some of you, you finished some sort of training and now you're equipped to move forward. You know the direction you're going in. And Yggdrasil, like I said, is the tree of life. It's about being part of something bigger than you realize. So maybe you've joined a new group, a new company, or simply that now that you know your purpose, you feel like you belong to the greater whole, per se. And Asila is finding that security. So maybe you found purpose in a family unit or a new company or a new group of friends, but you found security here. Um, it's like you found new directions or you developed a new skill that allows you to join a new group that where you feel like you belong. So that's fabulous, guys. Pile one. And in your imminent future, we have Sowillow, which is always really good. It's about purpose, it's about clarity, it's about energy. And right through it's reversed, which is kind of interesting that your corresponding rune in the beginning was right through, but it was upright. But right through reversed is about traveling and moving forward, like I mentioned. But when it's reversed, it means that there might be some concern about the past or concern about the future. There might be disruptions or rerouting, but for the better. Sometimes we expect to go in one direction and there are obstacles or things fall through and force us in different directions. Well, know that these are usually for your greater good. And this is fated because Yggdrasil is about fate as well. And it's it's funny. It's about an opportunity. So even though you know what your purpose is, you're going in one direction. You're focused and you're practicing and you think you're being true to yourself. You might be rerouted or there might be some sort of change of plans, but it will lead you to some sort of opportunity or meeting a new person. Because this Gibo is about gifts and opportunities and partnerships as well. So there, you might even discover a new talent because a lot of the reading is about developing a skill or finishing a training that allows you to move forward in a different direction. So all in all, pile one, my gosh, looks like you're growing, you're developing in the week coming. Let's take out a couple of divination cards for extra clarity. So we have Durin and Quasir. Hmm. Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, Durin is finding a way to navigate a complex situation, normally regarding money or budget. And Quasir is about using language to resolve a conflict. So I'm thinking there's a sort of negotiation. So if there's this opportunity comes up, it might be an opportunity for a job or an opportunity that requires you signing a contract. It'll also probably require you to do a little negotiating. But all in all, it's fine. It's going to work out just fine because you'll find the right words to get what you want in a peaceful manner. So there you have it, pile one for the week ahead. My goodness, this is fabulous. So if you like this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. And please leave a comment. I would love to hear how this translates for you specifically. All right, so that is about it. So until next time, so welcome, pile two. This is your reading for the week ahead. I will be using the new deck that I recently received. It's called the Viking Oracle Wisdom of the Ancient Norse. So it does contain the traditional iconography for the runes, as well as images from very important figures or elements in Norse mythology. So this week we will do a 9-card spread. And yeah, so I took the liberty of shuffling so we can jump right in. Just to recall, your corresponding rune for this week was Thursaz. Thursaz is about a challenge or sort of living with a thorn in your side. It's a long-standing obstacle, but finding the strength and the courage to face it. So let's see how this works out. I'll be taking out 3 cards on the left to represent your recent past, and then 3 cards in the middle that represents your current situation or current energies. And finally, 3 cards to the right that represents your imminent future. See, Thursday comes out again, this time reversed, but let's just check out what this all says. All right, so first and foremost, in your recent past, we got Keen as reversed, Isa, and the halls of Asgard. Kinas normally is about breakthrough and clarity and illumination. However, when it's reversed, it means quite the opposite. It means your path forward is unclear. You're not 100% sure of how to go forward, or there's complacency somewhere in there. You're being lazy, or there is just a period or a cycle in your life where you might not have the energy to sort of push. There might be some sort of missed opportunity or an ending of some sort. But all in all, it's not a card of forward movement. On the contrary, it's sort of muffled energy, you know? And this is kind of confirmed by Isa, which is quintessentially the idea of being frozen. You're literally stuck. There's a standstill. Your intuition, yeah, you have to use your intuition in order to see through something because things are not clear at the moment. Um, there's a temporary blockage or pause, which kind of makes sense with key and as, but the whole thing says to stay calm. There's nothing you could do right now, even if there's tension around. Keep your calm. Um, I mean, things always start moving forward. It's a cycle, right? What goes up must come down, but vice versa as well. But this is your recent past. And I don't know, I get the impression that maybe you felt perhaps like an imposter, like the imposter syndrome, because the halls here is like walking the halls of Asgard. Asgard is the ultimate sort of god's realm in Norse mythology. Um, so I have the impression that you were kind of walking the halls of Asgard, but complacently, and you just you didn't know where if you belonged, if you should be there. I- It's about being brave, even when you're afraid, even when you don't know what's ahead. So you might have felt something of the sort in your recent past. Currently, you got Burkana reversed, which means that instead of giving birth to something, it's the other way around. There's maybe a missed opportunity to grow, or there's a disagreement. There might be a family upheaval of some sort. But all in all, it's about stagnation, it's about blocked plans. Um, it might also be about spilling the beans of some sort. I know we'll explore later, but this also could be like you had plans, but you talked about it too quickly, and now things are stalled. Like, let's say you're at work and you have a good idea, you talk about it, and all of a sudden the senior management just kind of halts it for some reason. And the reason why I bring up a situation like work is because manas is about you in the context of a collective. um, so a collective could be anything, could be a family unit, it could be a work team, it could be a sports team, it could be a community, a neighborhood, but it's reversed. So it means that there's a lack of support for you within this collective. Um, yeah, maybe you're taking it personal as well. You're taking things personally. Um, there's a little bit of emotion here. So maybe it would be a good time right now to rest, recharge, regroup. Um, you might feel like an outcast because of it. When we're talking about the halls of Asgard and, you just kind of really don't know if you belong, well, there's a link here. And AWAS, this is great though. This is action. This is fast. This is taking action, is going with the flow, is going after your dreams despite everything. But it's about being adaptable, being present. Okay, calm, remain calm, remain calm. But you do your work. Do what you need to do to go after what you think is right for you, and you will end up successful at it. But as long as you're adaptable and you go with the flow, because perhaps this stall or this halt to a project or an idea that you kind of spilled beans about, if that's the situation, um, it's okay. It might just take a different turn, but you will realize a dream. And in the imminent future, we got the Well of Weird, which I really like it because it's about magic. Magic is real. Your power is real. You're a force in your own life here. But don't dwell too long on this incident that maybe you didn't get the support that you hoped you were going to get at work or in your family or in whatever collective unit that you presented your idea into. Don't dwell too long on it. Be present. Work on directing your future because everything's connected and everything happens for a reason. That's an important thing to remember. And then followed by third says, it's kind of ironic that your related rune was Thursaz. Thursaz reverse, it just means that it's asking you to maybe make a little bit more research or seek advice. Y- it's whatever you had in mind that sort of got stumped or you didn't feel supported. It's not a bad idea. It's not a bad project. It's not a bad thing. It just maybe requires a little bit of refinement. Beware of envious and pushy people. So it's possible that the only reason why an idea or project or whatever forward momentum you thought you would have was stalled is because of jealousy. That is also a possibility here. And finally, Tewa is reversed. It means um, you might be forced. Oh my God. You might be settling for something or being forced to accept a change of strategy. So it might demotivate you, or it might simply stall altogether, stagnate the project, or you might feel stagnant. It's not going as fast as you thought, or it might not be going as smoothly as you thought, or you might just fizzle out in energy, a lack of motivation as well. So, but please understand that right now Mars is still in retrograde. So Mars is the planet of fire and action, right? But it's in retrograde, which means everything's kind of slowed down, right? The energy is not as powerful as it normally would. So it's okay. We're just maybe in a period of delays and rest and calm. So just keep your calm about you. But it's whatever you were working on or that you proposed as an idea that was kind of that was met with lack of support. It's not a bad idea. It's just that it needs refinement and might need to be rerouted a little bit, and it will cause you perhaps um, some discouragement, some deflation, lack of motivation. All right, let's take out a couple of divination cards for extra clarity. Oh, my. Okay, so we have Gangladi, who's kind of cute, right? But he's basically represents carelessness, laziness, missed opportunities. Um, yeah, sort of falling into or focusing on what just comes easily instead of working towards something, which is why I'm thinking maybe you need a little bit of refinement, a little bit more information, a little more research to refine whatever it is that you put forward. But it's okay. Right now, you're probably in a period where you just kind of lack motivation, lack maybe some aspiration, or maybe you're just bored at work. You lack joy in your professional environment. But like I said, Mars is in retrograde, so don't you worry too much about it. And you got a Heimdall, which is quite the opposite. It means there's a link to an opportunity. There's great prospects ahead. Um, but you gotta gotta make that extra little effort. Okay, it might not come easy, it might not be easy for you, but just put in the extra that little effort. Seek advice if you need to, and an opportunity will open up for you. So there you have it, my pile number twos. If you like the reading, please like, share, and subscribe, and please leave a comment. I always love to hear what how your readings translate specifically in your respective lives. So thanks again, and until next time, hello, pile threes. This is your reading. We will be using a new deck that I just got. It's called the Viking Oracle Wisdom of the Ancient Norse. So it contains traditional iconology from the runes, as well as very important figures in Norse mythology. So we'll be doing a 9-card spread today, and I took the liberty of shuffling so we can jump right in. So the first 3 cards on the left represents your recent past. The ones in the middle represent your current situation or current energies. And the ones on the right will represent your imminent future for the week ahead. Now, what does this all mean? I would just like to point out that your guiding rune was Algi's, which is the rune of protection. It's about taking charge of your own life. It's about building your own defenses and having unexpected support. But all in all, you are taking charge of your own stuff, and you're feeling pretty confident. You're also transmuting the lessons that you've learned in the past. Not a bad start. So in your recent past, we got Awa's reversed, right through, and the Sunstone. Wow, nice, nice. So Awa's normally is the rune of forward momentum, success, cooperation. However, when it's reversed, it means that you might be resisting something, or you might be stuck in the past for some reason, or you're avoiding travel, which makes me think that there's a resistance or of against travel. Maybe there's a fear there, because right through is the rune of travel, of the journey, of forward movement, of changes per se. Um, so you might be afraid of taking on an exciting new journey, but it's okay. It's fine, because whatever you are looking at, it will be safe and it will be a good thing for you. But it's about focusing on the journey, not the end destination, because the end destination might change, but it's the journey to get there that is the most important. So don't be afraid of jumping right in. If you're resisting, uh, it could be as simple as travel plans, or resisting some sort of new opportunity, or a journey to explore something. And I even think that in the recent past, I mean, this is the past, right? You had resisted, there was an opportunity for a journey or travel or change, and it brought you more clarification on your overall direction in life. It could be clarity on your purpose. Um, yeah, it's knowing what's next for you. The Sunstone is what Vikings used as their primitive GPS system, which allowed them to become the great navigators that we know them to be today. So it's about trusting that you're on the right path here. Um, so yeah, you found some clarity, even though in the beginning you were resisting it. You found the clarity to move forward. Maybe a different perspective. And in currently, we got Loki, Vegvisir, and the Void. this is a really interesting combination. Low key, for those of you who watch Thor or who know a little bit about Norse mythology, know that he's the god of mischief, but he's all about having fun. He's all about pranking. He's all about keeping things light, laughing, and Vegvisir is about your God-given gifts. Yeah, and believe it or not, eh? So it's about having fun with your gifts or developing your gifts, especially if they're related to um, speech or anything with the mouth. Like if you're perhaps acting or taking on a public speaking role, but it's asking you to keep things light. Just have fun with it. Just trust the forward movement, and adopt a light-hearted approach. And the void, it just means that the forward momentum or the next steps is hasn't been determined by the fates yet. Okay, which is good because sometimes when we don't know for what reason or where this is heading, it gives you that freedom to have fun. Right? You're doing it for its very own sake, and which kind of reinforces right through's message here. The right through's message here that says to focus on the journey, not the destination, because lo and behold, looks like the destination has not been completely determined yet, or it's not to you to know it at the moment. How interesting. And finally, in your imminent future, you got the halls, which is the same thing as walking the halls of Asgard. And Asgard is like the ultimate castle, I guess, for the gods in Norse mythology, right? So it's like you're being rewarded for something. So yeah, have fun with whatever gifts that you are using right now, because you will be rewarded and you will be walking in the halls of Asgard like you're an important person. The only thing is, Thurisaz is reversed here, which means that you probably will be faced with jealous people, but what else is new, right? As soon as we have a little bit of success, there's always people who don't like that or who are envious. Um, but whatever, it is what it is, right? And you might lose some friends because of it. You might lose some a relationship because of it. Because here, Isa is the quintessential standstill. This is like being frozen. But frozen means things that would normally be warm or have forward momentum. Well, it kind of freezes off, right? So I'm thinking that you will discover um, people who are envious of you, and you will need to make a decision to sort of cut them off. But whatever it is, this is not on you. Okay, it is what it is. There's nothing you can do about it, but it's okay. It's okay. So let's take out a couple of divination cards for extra clarity. Oh, how interesting. Okay. All right. So Nana here, it's asking you to be calm. Okay. There will be a renewal of a relationship or even a marriage. It's almost as if by letting go of certain relationships, it brings forth the ones that were steadfast and were loyal to you that maybe you kind of lost sight of. So there's a renewal of a relationship here, friendship or otherwise, or a reconciliation as well. But I'm pretty sure that it's this that's going to sort of let you see who's been loyal to you the whole time. And Fulla is a keeper of secrets, means it brings light and ease to your life. It relieves worry, and it brings about lightheartedness. It's freedom, it's warmth. This week, it's like the decks are being cleared. You're having fun, my dears. You're having fun. You're keeping things light. You're learning some lessons. and you will be rewarded for it. Oh my goodness, guys. So that's what I have for you for pile 3 this week. If you liked what you heard, even if you didn't, I don't know how you could not, but please like, share, and subscribe. And please leave a comment. I always love to hear how these readings translate for you specifically. So thank you again, and till next time.